the heating, firstly, please keep on the boiler at all times. If you turn this off, the heating will not work. When you arrive, the heating will be set on timed. This shows you, the red light shows you that the heating is currently on. It's 9:02 p.m. The heating cycles that we have are between 6:30 and 9:30 in the morning. Then the heating goes on and we can set a temperature, which I will show you afterwards. It will then go off after 9:30 and it will go back on at 6 o'clock until 11 o'clock in the night. So these are the two timings that are set automatically whenever you use the timed function. Of course, if you then wake up in the morning, you want to actually have a look, and you're going to stay in the, well, you wake up in the morning, it's 9:30 and the heating is going off. You can actually quite quickly use the select button and go up and down and say, actually I want to keep on the heating now. That means you're overriding the timed status that you were on before, and the heating will just be on until you change it to timed or off. So if you then leave the house during the day, I suggest you move it on to timed, because then you definitely know if you're going to stay out late, the heating is going to go on again at 6 p.m. and it's definitely going to be warm and crazy when you come back, but it's not boiling. That is how you change the different settings. This is off. I would not recommend turning it off completely. Just leave it on timed and that will give you enough flexibility. Now I'm going to show you how to change the timed schedule. So as I said before, at the moment it's set between 6:30 and 9:30 in the morning, and then again from 6 p.m. to 11 p.m. in the evening. If you want to change the cycle and say, actually I'd like the heating to go on a little bit earlier in the morning, you go to set, you say yes, and then you have plus and minus and you can change the time. So this is now going back. We're going to leave it at 6 a.m. and then you say set. Now it tells you it goes off at 9:30. Actually, you'd like it to go off at 10. So you just move it up to 10 o'clock. And then you say set. Then it goes on at 12, midday, and it goes off because we're skipping that cycle. And then it goes on again at 6 p.m. But you know that tomorrow when you go out, you're actually going to come home at 5. Or you're going to be home at 4. Set it back to 5. You can move up and down with the dial, set, and then it goes off again. And if you have to press at the end set to activate it. And then if you leave it on timed, next time go around, the heating will go on in the morning. It want to be set at 6 o'clock until 10 o'clock, and then just change it back. You say, okay, yes, now I actually want to have it start later. So you're just going to go back to 6:30, because you know you can operate the heating when you get up at 9. You're just going to change over to on. So yeah, that's all fine, and then we're all done. And again, if you want to change it here, that's still on. We'll leave it on timed. That's all. Now we are going to look at how we set the temperature that we want to have during that heating cycle. So remember, the heating goes on and off. There's no in-between cycle where you can set the temperature. So the temperature you'll set over there, where you can see up there. I'm just going to walk up. So we're now in the hallway where the thermostat is located, and you'll see a current temperature which is 20.5 degrees, which means this is the temperature that the heating system is trying to achieve by pumping hot water through the radiators. If you want to change that temperature, you can simply move the dial to the right or to the left, and probably, if you're not sure what a healthy, comfortable temperature is, it's the NHS and the government recommend between 18 and 21 degrees. So anywhere between 20 feels quite comfortable in here. If you put it up to 24, it's quite unlikely that it's going to achieve that. So 21 is probably maybe 22 is probably the maximum that you could achieve here, but I recommend 20 degrees is a good temperature. I'm now going to show you how to operate the gas cooker. You will see at the top that all of these are currently black. If you turn them, you can start the gas coming and the dial turns orange. This is a sign that the gas is on. Now it's off. Now, if we turn on this one, there's a little sign here on the side, so we'll be choosing this one. Turn this on. I'll now be showing you how to use the oven, the gas cooker. As you'll see, all of them have an off sign, they're all currently black. If we want to use and turn off this burner on the bottom left, you'll see the little orange dot there. Some of these are a little bit loose. You can hear the gas coming. And then you use the ignition on the left. Sometimes they don't operate that well, so I'll show you on this one. This one takes a little bit longer. So what we do is we'll use the additional lighter that we've got, and as you can see there's a little bit of an extra flame coming, so just be aware that you want to do this quite quickly. Now the next one I want to show you is the oven. The oven is down here. You turn on the light here on the right, that turns on the oven. We'll then open the door, and in the back there you will see the light coming on. We'll be turning on the oven here. This got a long one. Again, you can hear it already, the ignition coming. Turn it nice and high so the flame goes straight away. And then you operate it with the ignition on the left. I'll now show you how to turn on the oven. We've got the oven light here to start. We then use this dial, which has the full orange bottom. We'll turn that on, nice and high, and then we turn on, open up the door, and we'll see in the back that the light is coming. If you open the door, it makes it usually a little bit quicker because the flame gets a little bit of extra air. If it doesn't start right away, you can use the ignition here, but you won't need to use the lighter in the back here. When you turn off the oven, it's really important, when you dial back, this is up, and if you go back, it'll actually stay there. You will have to push in the button in order to turn it off. We have one more device here, or element where you can cook your food, which is the grill. It's indicated here, and you use it here. We normally use it just to toast bread, and it's a little bit more complicated to operate it. You will have to keep the door open while you're using it because it goes so quickly that your food may burn. So you'll take out the little thing, put your food on here. You'll then turn on the light up here. You'll turn on the light up here, then turn it on, and this gas comes very, very quickly. You'll have to go in with this lighter, and then the light turns on. When you come to using this one, turn it on. You have to be very, very quick. You have to be very, very quick.
Now the sound system, as you can see, first all the power, the socks, electricity plugs are off, so you have to plug in here in order to work. To do that, you have the power button here, which I'm gonna show in a bit, volume, and here you choose your source. If you go to phono, you're gonna play the vinyl through your power amp. Play the vinyl, you open here. Have to remember this is a note system, okay? So have to remove here, see? Be careful because it's fragile. The needles goes up, see, up and down, and you have to choose what. Sometimes here you have 2 rotations per minute. Sometimes what happens is that it gets stuck in the beginning. So look, off, and I'm gonna go up. I'm using 33 RPM, rotations per minute. Sometimes, you see, it takes a while. Now it's running. If I go to, see, it stopped. So sometimes you literally need to give an extra push and it should work. When you're finished, stop here, bring the needle up, down here, and then make sure you use the clutch here, and it should be it. Not forgetting that you should leave this in phono for vinyl. So now I'm showing actually with the vinyl. Here the source is CG, which I took from here. There are 2 cables, one on the left hand side. When you want to watch the projector, you have to put on the projector here the mini jack. If you want to hear from another source, I'm plugging this straight to my laptop, which is on source CG. So even the vinyl playing is not playing. So if we go to phono, if I go to CD, to use the projector, the best way is to use here the remote control, and you have to link your projector within this cable here, okay, and this goes to your laptop. I just need to find out where the cable is. It's just there. 1 second. So, which is a Thunderbolt cable. So I suppose if you're going for Max, you can use this one, which comes with an adapter and is a DVI in case you have DVI connector on your laptop.